So in today's session, we'll see how to create reports and if possible, we'll see the dashboards as well. But first, we'll complete what are the different types of reports are available in Salesforce and how to create those reports. Okay, so prior jumping into this, initially, I'll give you the types of reports names here. So coming to the Salesforce, we'll be having four major types of reports. First type reports are tabular reports. The next will be having a summary report. The next matrix report. The next will be having like a last type of report is will be having joint reports. These are the four different types of reports which are available in Salesforce for reporting purpose. So coming to the tabular report, it's a plain report. Just in the plain report means we don't have any filterings. Just normally will represent whatever the data present in a Salesforce. Summary report means if you group the data by some field. So group by either row or column. So in a summary reports, we are summarizing the data by taking help of some field. Whereas coming to the matrix report, here both groupings will be available. Means group by row and group by column. If you do two groupings at the time, such kind of reports are said as matrix reports. The next, joint reports. So the purpose of joint report is to fetch multiple objects data which are related in a single place. At the time, we'll take help of joint reports. Okay, we'll go through each and every report. Joint report means combining different objects data in a single report. That is joint report. We'll see all these types of reports now. So let's suppose as we are having one app, right? What is our app name?
My first application.
So we have my first app. I'm going to the tab. So after going to my first app, in this app, what you can do is if you are unable to see reports tab, you can add a reports tab or else from an app launcher directly you can navigate. So I'm navigating from app launcher, I'm typing reports. So once I'm clicking on reports, you can see all the different reports. In a real time, to create a reports, what we'll do is we'll create folder for security purposes. We'll create a folder. Let's suppose I'm creating a folder with the name, a new folder I'm creating first. So folder label I'm giving like a learning folder. I'm giving learning only. Okay. So now one folder is created. Mhm. So here created by, see, it is asking filtering, like which type of records you have to add in this learning folder. All items, I'll say this create. I'm not touching that. So simply what I'll do is I'll go to reports. So now what I'll do is I'll try to create one new report now. So here you can see new report button. Once you click on new report button, it will ask you to choose a object. You will see it is loading. So you can see it is asking select a report type. So coming to this Salesforce, we'll be having different types of report types available from Salesforce. So first one is a plain account. It means we can perform any operations on a account object. Means like if you want to fetch the data related to account, such kind of things, we can do it with a account type. Then next we'll be having like accounts and contacts. It means in these reports, we can be able to display account records as well as related contact details kind of things. Account with partners, account with team members like that. You can fetch multiple objects data with a combination as well. That's what you have to understand from this. Okay, so now first I have to create a report on the account. Okay, so I have to create a report on an account first. We'll see how it will work. I'm clicking on account object. And on the left side, you can see it is asking you to start report. I'm clicking on start report. So it's a report page. So by default, if you go to reports on the left side, you can see filters option. In the filters, by default, here you can able to see my accounts only. But if you want to see all the accounts, you can change it to all accounts filter. And you can click on apply. And here you can run the report. Sorry, not run. Running means like we are running this report, enable field editing. Sorry, I have to edit this report. Yes. So now coming to the filters, we changed one filter to all accounts. Created date. So by default, created date is coming since last week. Means 20 to 2024 onwards, it is coming. So coming to this created date also, I'll keep all time and I'm clicking on apply. Once you apply it, what you can do is you can refresh here, update preview automatically, that checkbox we are having now. You can refresh it. Like if you click this, automatically it will refresh. Whereas if you want to refresh it, you can click on this refresh button. So that the available data will come up here. So this is the records which are available for this. This is the record which are available for this. Now, whatever the report here we are seeing, this type of report is said as a plain report or tabular report. As here we did not group the data with any specific column. We did not group it. Okay. Now, what I have to do is in this, I want to take the records which are having type equals to customer direct only. So for that, if you want to fetch, so let's suppose, yeah, now if you run this, you'll get all the data. Yes, it is the data. If you want to download it also in the form of Excel sheet, you can do it. So you can click here. So if you click on this drop down, you'll be having export option. So this data, if needed to you can export it. Okay. So as of now, I'm not exporting it. I'll show you how to export it as well. Now, what I have to do is in this database, I have to add additional columns and I have to drop some columns. Last activity, as it is not required for me, I'm dropping this. So if you want to add or drop columns, you can do in two ways. First way is here you'll be having columns, right? Before group columns in an outline, you'll be having columns. From here, you can remove any field. So let's suppose I'm removing last activity column. And I'm refreshing it. You can see. So by default, like if you want to automatically refresh it, you can toggle this checkbox so that whenever you perform some changes in the report, by default, it will be come up here. Okay, let's suppose I'll check any other fields if we want to add upsell opportunity. Let's suppose I'm adding some field in this database table. it will be added at the last. Okay, like that, you can add any columns into the database table, like in a report. So in the reports, if you want to add a column, you can come to this and either you can do like so let's suppose if you want to change the order of the columns. Let's suppose first I have to get account name. So at the time, what we can do, you can drag and drop like this. First, I have to keep account name. I am dragging and dropping that field here. Or else what you can do is, you can alter the order from here. Okay, let's suppose beside account name, I have to see type. What I'm doing is, I'm selecting type and I'm dragging and dropping it beside account name. You can see it is highlighting. Here I'm keeping. Okay, in this way, we are updating it. So to download this data, what we can do, we can run this report and we can export the data. Now, what I have to do is, I have to take the records which are having type is not equals to null. If type field value is missing, I don't want to fetch that records data. I have to fetch the data which type field value is available. So for that, what you can do is you can go to filters and you can add a new filter. So you can see here, add cross filter, add filter logic, add row limit, add filters. On which field you have want to add a filter? Yeah, you have to select that. On type field, want to add a filter. On type field, so I'll select the option like, so contains, does not contain, yeah, contains I'm going with. Values, yeah, I don't choose contains. Not equals to, I'll go with not equals to. Apply. Okay, so what I am doing is,
It's selected all.
yes, equals to, I'll say then. Okay, it means if any one of these values is present, then only those values will be come up. If nothing is present, means those won't come. Type right, we kept it. Okay, we'll change it. Choose selected. If null also available. Yes. Other. Not selected. Yeah, this is available, right? I am removing that. Okay, and I'm clicking on apply. Not selected means I don't want to get the values which are this field value is missing. Okay, or else directly we can say instead of this not equals to no selected. Did I remove that filter? Okay, I removed that, right? No worries. Type not equals to, sorry, type not equals to only no selected, no selection. Yes, apply. So it means we are fetching the records which are having type value. Type field value is missing, we are not fetching the data. So now if you want to download this data, what we can do is we can click on run report and here will we get export option. So if you export it, it will ask you to select on which format. Export view details only means the basic details will be get in the form of Excel sheet. I'm going with that option. That is only available. Excel format, Excel, CSV file. So Excel format, I'm exporting it. So now some Excel sheet is downloaded with the data available there. This is the way whenever you want to download the data from Salesforce system. So it's a detailed view. Okay. So in this way you can download it. Now what I'll do is I have to perform like I want to take a summary data on the reports. I want to take a summary data. Okay. So now I want to create another report. Like let's suppose if you want to save this report, what we can do is we can click on save report, new account report, account tabular report. Let's suppose report unique name. Yes, I'm going with this that name only. I'm clicking on save. Just we have created one report. So now I want to create another report. So it's a report which I have created. Okay. Then I'm keeping it as is, like coming out from this. Yes. So now what I'll do is I want to create another report. Prior creating another report, what I have to do is in this report, I'll go to opportunity object. So not opportunity object, in an account object. So actually what I have to do is I have to monitor opportunity amount in an account object. So as account and opportunity having master detail relationship field, it means on an account we can monitor the child record behavior. So for that here I am creating roll up summary field. I'm creating roll up summary field. In this roll up summary field, what I have to do is I have to monitor opportunity amounts. Suppose I'll say opportunity value. Next, the next summarized object I'll take as an opportunity, and I have to take sum of currency field, means amount field. Okay. So now I'm not considering any record types or nothing. I'm not considering anything. So here what I will do is see will see. By default, I'm going to by default settings. I'm clicking on save. I'm adding it to all the page layouts. Now let's suppose if we navigate to accounts page from here, in the accounts page, let's suppose I'm opening a test opportunity creation page. So no opportunities is there under it, right? Let's suppose if I go to new. So here what I'll do is keep amount like some amount. Okay. And I'll save it. Opportunity name first. Each something I'm keeping it. I'm clicking on save. So I'm creating one record in this with this sum amount. And now what I'll do is I'll go to details. If you go to details, now one field will be come up with the opportunity value, and that will display opportunity value. It means, so here we have a single opportunity. It is giving single record value. Let's suppose under your account, if there are multiple opportunities, let's suppose if you consider this account, if you go to details, you'll be having like not details. If you go to related, so you'll be having multiple opportunities. Let's suppose if you go to details of this page, you can see all the opportunities amounts, the sum of all the opportunity amounts. It means it is displaying this amount. Likewise, see here you can see opportunity value, or else annual revenue field. I think annual revenue also we are populating like that only, right? Which type of field it is? Annual revenue. Does anyone remember this? Why we created that field? Okay, I'll go to that like object manager so that we'll see. I think that is a standard field. Annual revenue, it's a currency field. Yeah, it's a standard field only. Okay, it's type of currency. No need. So now what I'll do is I'll go to reports and I'll try to create a report now. So now here, if you want to navigate to reports from here directly, you can navigate if it is not available in any apps. Again, I have to create a report on an account object only. So I'll go to all folders. I'll go to learning folder. The learning folder, I will create a report. So now here I have to create a report on same object, that is account object only. I'm clicking on start report. So now initially I'll change these filters. All accounts, apply, all date. I'm applying date, create date. I don't want to filter with this. All time, apply. So we can be able to see all the fields. Under this, I don't want this field. Remove column, we can do like this also. And account name should be this side for me. It's in the first place for me.
Or in the outline also it can be arranged, right? In the outline tab.
Yes, here we can do now. Yes, we can drag and drop some field in a top like this, so that here also they'll change. Billing state also, and so here also we can drag and drop the fields and we can alter the order. Okay, so that's another way. Now what I'll do is I want to add one field, that is opportunity value field, which we created. So now the next thing is, let's see, he can see opportunity value here. The next, I'll add annual revenue field also. As this is about like a report, like in this, which fields are not required? Account owner, as it is not that much important to me. That's why I'm keeping it at the bottom. Billing state or province, it's not at all required to me as of now. So now this is a sum report. In this, like if you go, like I have to filter the data. So based on which field, like let's suppose I want to group the records based on account. So here, if you click on this drop down symbol, you can see group by rows by this field. So now I'm clicking on this option. So as it is showing grouping based on the accounts. So under the accounts, you can see subtotal, total, and everything based on these things, annual revenue and this thing. Let's suppose I have to drop this annual revenue column. So annual revenue is a single field only, as it is not required. Coming to the opportunities. So here my plan of attack is I have to check like a opportunities count. It's like means amount, opportunity amount or opportunity value under every account. That's my requirement. So to do that, like here you'll see, yes, we'll be having this thing now. So let's suppose I'll remove detail row. You can see. If you remove detail row, you can see what is the account, sum of value you can see, and how many records count it is. You can see that stuff. So if you scroll down, you can see under each which account how the value will be, sum of opportunity value. Okay, how many records are there? And you can see grand total. If you offer grand total also, you won't be able to see that. And subtotals and the row count. So you can see all the opportunity amounts, opportunity values under this. Okay, like this, we can summarize the data. So while summarizing the data, you can select these toggle boxes. So the purpose of toggling the boxes is to see the data briefly, we can toggle these boxes. On top of these, you can see, like while summarizing the data, on top of this, you can see add chart option. So if you want to represent the data which you are fetching in the graphical fashion, we can take help of charts. Okay, so in the reports itself, we can do charts. Okay, if required, you can do it. But see, coming to the summary reports, you can be able to access only bar graphs and line graph. Why means, so donut graph also we can display. So like this, sum of opportunity values it's showing with a different notation. Funnel, like that we can represent the data. We can specify those columns and everything at the bottom. As I'm not doing it report level itself directly, we'll do it later. This reporting portion. I'm stopping off it. Okay, so now what I did is just we filter the data and we are displaying the data. We summarize the data based on a row. So if you create a report like this type of reports are said as summary reports. This type of reports are said as summary reports. Let's suppose what I have.
Took one doubt. So
Tell
you
me.
applied the filter in the account name you selected, right? Based on
Based on account name, I'm filtering the data.
okay.
Hmm. Any doubts on that?
Yeah, that's yeah. That's
Mhm. Like that, if you filter the data based on single field, we'll say the such kind of fields such kind of reports are as like a summary reports. Okay, so whenever you want to add a fields in a data in a report, you can go to outline and you can add it. Whenever you want to add a group by rows and group by columns also, you can add it from here even. So you can see group rows. If you want to group the fields based on rows, you can do it. Group columns, you can do it from here by searching a field name, or else you can take help of this drop down column, and from here also you can group the report columns or fields. Okay. This is about summary report. Now what I have to do is simple, I'll untick, I'll keep all the options as is and I'll untick this detailed row. So like now we got an information regarding this, right? So now we will see all the opportunities amounts at the bottom. Grand total means all the opportunities having this much amount and total records are 19. So now if you want to run and export this report, you can click on run. You'll get this and you can see total records and total opportunity value here. If you want to export it, you can export it. In this way, we can create summary report. So now I'm click on save. Summary report. And while creating this report, you can see at the bottom, if you scroll a bit down, you'll see select folder. So in these, like what you have to do is whenever you are creating a report, you can keep it in the folder which we created. Under learning, you can keep it. So that in the future, if you want to restrict this reports to all the users, what you can do is you can control accessibility from a folder level. Okay. So you have to do this thing. So now we created one report. So now I'll create a matrix report. So to create a matrix report, once again, I'm going to reports. See, as we added chart, that's why it is coming here. Okay, so it's displaying in the form of report. So as we can disable it by click on this chart. So this will show this report data clearly. So if you want to export it at any time, you can save as. So yeah, I'll explain you this these options within few minutes. So we'll see matrix reports as well in today's session. I'm going to reports. So now I'll create a new report. Accounts only. Start report. So I'll change these filters. All accounts. Apply. Created date. all time. See, coming to the created also, you can apply whatever the filters you want. By default, filters are available there. Okay, so I'm going to outline and I'm removing last activity. And here I'll add the fields which we needed. Opportunity value I'll add. I'm adding it. So these fields are not required to me. Last modified date and this billing state or province. I'm not considering all unnecessary fields in this report. That's why I'm removing those things. Owner also not required to me, as for that I'm keeping it last. Okay. So now what the hell? What's happening? Yes. So it's a bit slow. No worries. It's loading. Okay. So now what I have to do is like I want to group this rows. I want to group this report by rows as well as column. So coming to the grouping rows, I have to group this report with the account name. Let's suppose group rows by this field. Then next, along with these, I have to group this report based on columns as well. So coming to the columns, either you can search the field name here, or you can do from the type. So whenever you want to group the report, or like if you want to perform any grouping kind of thing, you can do it in from two places. One place is from this page, from the drop down of the fields. Second place is from this outline portion. So now we group this report. After grouping this report, you'll see, like let's suppose if you click on all toggles add, so you can see the details of this report, account name and type, and you'll see the different information. And let's suppose to make you understand this report, what I'll do is I'll run this report. You can see it is giving two tables, right? So now what I'll do is, yes, you can see at the bottom, it's the table which is required to us. Suppose count, I'm disabling it. So it's applying on top. Okay. Detail rows. You can see if you disable detail rows, you can see the information, account name and type, and what is the amount or revenue present corresponding to the type. Everything you can able to see here. So if you toggle this detail row at the bottom, you can see the data. So now let's suppose if you toggle this detail row off, we'll see much clearly, right? So you can see account name, it is coming this side, type, it's coming this side. Based on the type, we can see the data corresponding to this report. How many reports are available with the type and every information, we can be able to see this. So if you want to add chart, you can add it, add a chart for this. You can see test opportunity creation for this, it is going longer. Suppose if you want to add a different type of chart also, we can add it. See, you can see stacked bar will be having. So all the charts we can plot on this. Why means like it is a data like which is we summarize the data with different columns, right? So that we can plot the data with a different graph, or every graph is available for this data type. Like this, you can plot the graphs as well. Line chart. This, let's suppose I'm doing this. I'm disabling it. So in this way, like we can create a matrix report as well. Where is that? Where is that report? Here it is. Yes. Now what I'll do is I have to save this report. Suppose I'll say it as a matrix report. learning in a learning point only, I'm doing it. So now, after creating this report, you can say, like, you can see it. If you want to run it, you can click here and you can run it. Or if you want to export it, if you want to download this data, you can click on this and you can download the data. And apart from that, you'll be having several options. Let's suppose after saving this report, as we saved, right, already. After saving it, yeah. After saving it, you can see several options. If you want to save this report as another version, you can clone it and save it. And the next, you'll be having subscribe option. So in a real time, this data will be updated day by day, right? So in like every week or every monthly, if you want to get an updates of this reports to your email, if you want to download this Excel sheet, if this link should comes to your email ID, you can subscribe it. So coming to the edit subscription, if you click on subscription button there after saving it, it will ask you frequency, weekly or monthly or daily. Coming to the days on which day you have to receive this and at what time you have to receive this. If you want to receive any attachments along with this, attach file. If you want to attach any files, like which type of data you have to receive in your email corresponding to this repeat, you can select that field. And recipient. Recipients means who wants to receive these emails. So edit